Whoops. Good evening. I'm assuming I'm live. I can't see. I'm live, baby. All right. So, I should probably actually open up the previous file just so you guys can see what I kind of pulled out late last night, yesterday, day before. I don't know. Let's go into, no, don't render animation. View animation. Come on, man. Pull up your socks. And so I kind of like rendered this obviously as a short. Pretty happy with how this turned out. I do want to expand on it now. Mr. Spooky, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Really happy with how this turned out. I kind of put in some of the sci-fi buildings that were built in previous previous live streams, and kind of want to take that. Oh gosh, that's annoying. That's weird. Oh, I know why. Because I've moved my camera. Yes. So, kind of want to build some sort of like track now and do something with these. Now, I do want to talk about this. So this was the scene that we just watched. I haven't had time to upload this to Patreon, but I will get this done. So what I've done here is if I go into render mode, I UV unwrapped this ship. Okay. And so we actually have a decals layer underneath, which is awesome. Cobalt, welcome. If I were to open up Krita, and you idiot, you closed it, you donkey. Let me just kind of show you what I've actually done. And I'm pretty chuffed about this. So if we open this up, so as we can see here, this is what the UV unwrap of the whole race car looks like. And so I've outlined it like this specifically, so that, for instance, if I were to now go into, let's add in a new layer, a paint layer, and then I were to go, right, I want red stripes this way. Meow, 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 meow. And then we could, even highlight maybe there. I want some red stripes. What I can do now is I can now go File, export this image. Wait. I do want to get rid of that. There we go. So now when I go File, Export, PNG, test decals, save. Yes, let's go over that one. When we come back into Blender, I'm just going to File, Open Recent, and just reopen the file. Now we're going to see that we've got our racing lines on there. How cool is that? Just remember, I know I do have one, and I remember that one, but I'm like, no. I think I've developed since then, so I reckon we could rebuild something. But I kind of just want to show that we've UV unwrapped this ship. This is something that I'm going to actually probably put the full ship on Patreon, and then maybe even Gumroad, depends, so that you guys can come in and put your own decals over this, and we can make it like individual racing teams. So this comes in as a kind of like that community project that we've been talking about. I think Night Cow's been wanting to do something. So for those of you who maybe aren't Blender specialists, I'm not a Blender specialist, but you can utilize those skills to build something like this. So that's the idea. What's the other thing? Yeah, and the other thing that I've designed it as well. So if I select like the main body, for instance, so really trying to make this customizable. If we come down into here, go into rendered mode, to just change the color of the vehicle, I just have to change it here. Now, I have to go through and I have to change it on every layer, but very quickly, this is how we can start creating variations. At the moment, because of the sun, it kind of like, can you up your mic volume a little bit? I don't know. It's a pain in the bum. Maybe I'll just try and talk into it some more. Yeah, because, I mean, it's not even clipping. Where was I? No, bring it back. Let me bring those windows back. So that's kind of like a really good system on how I've created it. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. You know what? I haven't released a video for a while, and that's something I do try and remember, especially after Lights Camera Action, where I learned a little bit more around audio balancing. So I will be taking that forward. But yes, thank you, the Green Fox. Oh, also, if you're watching it on the shorts are really quiet. I don't know why. So we're going to kind of be grabbing this. I want to go File, Open Recent. Yes, let's just take that. I'm going to grab all this. Let's go M, Search. Nope. We're going to go M, New Collection, Race Car. Even though it's not really a race car, but we'll take it at that. And then all that is in there. Beautiful. Okay, I like that. Hey, Mariam. Hope you and the family are. They are doing well. They are doing well. Just getting ready for the soccer season, baby. So, from here, I'm going to go back into my race car. So I really kind of just wanted to outline what we've done there. I'm going to go File, Link. Probably could have penned, but I'm just going to link for now. Textured, Collections, Race Car. There we go. So now we have this. Let's get rid of that box. Now I've brought the car. I brought the car in purely for scale. And so if we kind of have a look, no, you're in Eevee, you clown. Let's go cycles, GPU, 32. It's a brand new blend file. Sky, yes. All right. Did the textures actually come across? Yeah, nice. Oh my goodness, it looks so nice. It does look so nice. Okay, so from here, I don't have much. Good evening. Hairstyle is short. Thank you, Uber. That's now put me off. So let's go like 10 meter wide. Racetrack, do we go 10 meters or do we make it wider? Are we creating a city track? So I'm probably going to guess yes to that one. So let's go, yeah, we'll go city track. Scale, scale, let's go 1.5. Scale Y, let's go 0.75. Nope. Crud. Scale X 1.5. All right, so I think we've got a nice thickness. Love the new ship. I know, how good is it, Barry? Look up Google track with City F1. I mean, technically, what we could do is F1 Adelaide track 1995 width. Not worth, width. There it is. I knew I spelled it wrong like a clown. Let's have a look. I know it's 3.7 kilometers long. Yes. 81 laps. It doesn't say. 9. Dang it, Bobby. Oh well. What happens? What happens when a microscope crashes into a telescope? The kaleidoscope. Oh my goodness. Perfect. Already started. Geez, my list is getting pretty big. Let's close. No, don't close that. So we'll keep that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a few cuts. So now we've got some cuts. The sucky thing is my ambient CG texture. My ambient CG add-on has broken. I am peaking. To be able to pull textures straight from ambient CG was amazing. Now, I'm using the next best one, which is 5,000 add-ons, which I've disconnected for some reason. Great. Let me just quickly go find it. Blender library. There it is. Beautiful. For those of you who are playing along at home, let me just quickly bring that up. Should actually see if there's an update for this thing. What is it? So I'm just trying to bring it up. Go there, go here. That's what I want. I want that bit. Perfect. So this is the add-on that I'm going to be using right now. Just paste it across all that. Done, 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 done. File, save, close. Okay, so I need to start off with asphalt. Why is this not in alphabetical order? Floor, 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 ground. Asphalt, nice and simple. Let's go with that one. I want that one. And then the reason why we're just doing it like this is because then obviously we can just increase the size later on. I mean, actually apply it to a curve and then let the curve, you know, put all the banks in and all that kind of stuff. We're just going to go tab into edit mode, U, project from view with bounds. Nice, that's looking great. Great. From here, let's make the barriers. So we'll move over to there, scale on the x-axis. This is GZ1, but we won't. We'll move it in a bit. GZ 0.1 down. Let me just quickly put on screencast keys, just so everyone knows playing at home. And then we'll quickly do this. Scale on the X. Scale on the X. We've got like these 2 meter high walls. Doesn't look 2 meters, does it? But we know the person in there is to scale. You got this material out on? Yeah. It's good that it's all local as well. Scale, Y. What's that? 10? 10. Beautiful. So that will give us that. Let's just throw a concrete on. Just going to try and like move quick. That's what we want to be able to do. Let's just move super quick. Concrete blocks. U, cubic projection. It's not bad. What does that look like? And yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of like texturing as we go. Nah, definitely not that one. I don't want that one. Let's go all portal. Concrete, no. Concrete wall. Yeah, okay, let's try the concrete walls. Yeah, I'll buy that one for $1. We'll go tab, bring it in. How's that looking? Let's move it up a smidgen. Nice. Wouldn't mind this one being a bit darker. But I mean, all this is now superficial. We kind of just need to go through it. Night, everything up to now. No, nothing. You've missed squat all. Let's make that local. From here, mid-level, scale on the displacement. Don't care. The normals, let's go 0.25, just so that the normal isn't so harsh. Just looks very dark though, which is a little bit infuriating. It's alright, we'll work that out later. I think it's just mainly because of the sun. If we were to like rotate the sun, for instance. Yeah, we'll work that out later. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to throw a mirror modifier on that. Generate mirror. Sure. Okay. And so the reason why I've done those 5 splits is because then when it comes time to, for instance, we go into a curve, Bezier, rotate Z, and this is obviously, we need a lot of space. So we go like that. Oh, no, wrong one. Let's go curve, NURBS. I prefer NURBS curves. Just because I find that I can do the curves a lot better. They seem to be more gentle. So if we do this, for instance, that. I have been playing quite a bit of BeamNG multiplayer. It's been great. So, well, what have I done? So if Filmon comes on, make sure you tell him that. Yeah, there we go. So, let me just go back into what have I done up here? Ah, crud. I have somehow gotten rid of my toolbar. All right, there we go. Blender? Just going to give Blender a quick reopen. Seriously? Anyway. Oh, that's why. Oh, I remember the problem now with all this stuff. So Blender, we're actually going to have to convert this all to Unreal Engine later on. And that's because the further you travel away from Blender's origin point, the maths starts getting really bad. And this is why, like, the sci-fi fighting scenes turn to poop. I remember this now. That's why I did this. Far out. Okay, so if I were to grab this, Control A here, Control J to join. If we went add modifier array, follow the curve, 0, 1. Okay, follow the curve, add modifier generate, then we add in a curve modifier. To form, we add in the curve, and then we select our curve. Control A, apply rotation. Control A, apply rotation. I hate you so much. Why? Z. X. Y. Z. I hate you. What's going to be the best way to do this? If I select this, tab into edit mode, select everything, and then we go 90. All right, there we go. We've survived. So now we've created a very simple racetrack. I find that doing Beziers are really hard to get that nice smooth line. Grandstand. I'm going grandstand. Night cow. Hey. Yeah, it's going to be grandstand with putting a cityscape as well. So like the thumbnail, we'll be putting some elements in there, kind of a nice roof and some tunnel stuff. I think we've seen some cool stuff. I mean, I've seen some... Oh my goodness, I really hate this thing. Why are you being so difficult? Oh, this is annoying me. there's just this kind of like line up here of frustration for me. What if I did that? And then I did that. I don't want close out. I hate you so much. Undo. Dang it! Back into 3D. Whatevs. And then the other cool thing about this now as well, so you can still see that it's pretty harsh around the corners. What we could do is just add in a bunch more edge loops, because at the end of the day, we're not having any super tight corners. Can I do an edge loop through here? There we go. And now we've got this smooth track. What I do want to do is on top of this, I'm going to come into generate a bevel, just because I want the ends beveled, just so we can see those kinds of breaks. I don't get, okay. If I do a now 0.05, much better. Sorry, as I was saying, if we select the Bezier, I can select kind of like this vertex over here, press N, and then we can tilt it. Let's go 75 degrees, so 15 degrees. And so now these things are kind of like coming along a banked corner. Like, how cool is that? Fear, welcome. And then this is where, yeah, we can build that track really nice. And do all those kinds of things just to give... Can I do it auto smooth? Can I do it smooth? I hate you so much. It's just a little bit janky. I think that's just... Yeah, kind of like if we're here, it looks okay. But then when we start moving away from the origin point, I think it's going to start looking a little bit deformed. Just, can you stop being a jerk? Oh no, it looks fine now. It'll be the characters that'll be the problem. I accidentally planted the wrong flowers in my garden. Oopsie daisies. These are good. They're always good. Alright, so Stadium. What? Let's go. Let's go into Stadium Racing. Can you Stadium Racing caps lock? And then if we go images, oh my goodness, that is bunter. I'm like half thinking like Qatar or something. Is this Qatar? A core. Oh, Melbourne. Oh, it is Melbourne. No, it's not. That's Sydney. Huh. Putting a racetrack in... Yeah, it's a core stadium. Oh, I was right. Okay. Really weird. So something like that, I reckon we could probably create. So for instance, if we were to start something like this, let's just go GX. Can I, you know what, I feel very naked not having the timeline down here. Oh my goodness. Okay, where are we? Where? Oh, gee. Okay. Blender Addict, welcome. All right. So, the idea is, we've got 2 meters. I think 2 meters for seating is a bit too much, because I know that some of the soccer stadiums, it's like 1 meter. It's like that. Do we make it super? E to extrude 0.25 up the z-axis. Is that good enough? Hang on, what is the average height in centimeters for a staircase? Every height is 15 centimeters. All right, beautiful. That answered that question. GZ 0.05, so it's 30 centimeters, and then we'll put in blocks in between. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into generate array -1. Z will be 0.3. 1. Oh, far out. Brussels sprout. Okay. How's this going to work? Scale X, Y, 0.5. So now we've got a meter. How big is the average chair? I don't think it's a meter. I'm talking about stadium seating. What is the average width of an Australian seat? Of a stadium seat. What does this say? Ah, half a meter. Sweet. Let's go with that. So that's one. Scale X, Y, 0.5. The one and only Marco, the Blender Master, pray he has been well. Doth be welleth. Doth tired, but doth okayeth. Don't judge me. Right click, set origin to geometry. Gosh, let's go GZ. Just snap you to there. But then I'm going to snap you like here-ish. Would have been easier just to do this. Select that vertex, Shift S cursor selected, right click, set origin to 3D cursor. What the heck is that? T. Uh-oh. Oh, this is that stupid array thing. Oh, far out. Why? Oh, they've updated it. I am in Blender 5.1 now. I don't like this in the slightest. Back to the legacy. Let's go 1, -1, done. Get stuffed. Really? No. Well, that's peed me off. Okay. I just feel like 1 meter's too much. Let's grab this. GX 0.25. I think that's much better. From here, let's go ahead and create a seat. And I'm going to keep this as low poly as possible. Purely for the fact is, that's 300 mil. Purely for the fact is, I think 300 mil is fine. No, you're not sitting on a 300 mil ruler. Do I have a ruler in here? Do I have a ruler in here? How do I not have a ruler in here? Do I have a ruler on my desk? I swear I've seen a ruler on my desk because I've been playing with it. Gosh dang it. Nope. Post-it notes? Nope. Nope. No. Poplar, welcome. CG Boundary, welcome. Okay. Can't get my head around the new array. Yeah, it just sucks. Let's go E to extrude. We're just going to get 0.1. 0.01. Beautiful. From here, I'm just going to go Control L, Shift D, just something like that. Okay, so nothing fancy. Actually, what we will do is grab that and that, G to the X, here, 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 Control Shift B, Control Shift B, merge by distance, Control Shift B. What the heck? Shift N, Control Shift B. Oh, Control B. Okay, chairs. All right, so something very simple. We're not going high poly because at the end of the day, we're probably going to try and put some images in here. What is this? Breakfast! I'm just building a bit of a stadium at the moment. What was I saying? Yeah, going to keep it low poly because we don't need to render, super high schmickness, I guess. Because it's not what we're going to have. We probably will have. Can you stop being a tool bag? 0.41. 0.42. Beautiful. All right, done. Okay, so that's the idea. Let's just quickly, I'm just going to quickly put in, because it's going to bug me, something like this. Scale, Shift Z. And then what we'll do as well is I'm going to grab this thing, Shift D, scale along the X-axis. Let's just line that up roughly. There we go. Just so you see a little bit. Why have I got that? I don't know. 5.1, yeah, if I'm trying to join assets from the asset browser, it crashes. Really? Please. Well, look at this thing up here. Look, what the heck is that? What the heck is that? So yeah, anyway, that's, yeah, I hear you, Spooky. It is bugging me galore. So if we were to create like a giant stadium, 20, for instance, 20 seats. And we've got that. Okay, so that's the idea. Then we can go ahead and add in another array. Classic array, legacy array, sorry. 1. And then, for instance, we could do 50. And now we've got like a big get stuffed arena. Then technically what we could do is we could go even higher, which we will. But this one here, what we would do is probably actually bring GZ 0.4. And then this one here can come up. Oh. A little bit too much. I'm probably going to say maybe 10. Oh, let's go 15. And then we have something like this, for instance. I'm just like throwing ideas out. You're working in Blender again. Awesome. I'm glad. Hi, how you doing? Devil, welcome. Yeah, 5.1 I'm not too happy with at the moment. So I almost kind of want to drop back to 5. Blender. Let's see if this actually opens. If it does, I'm going to continue back in Blender. Alt-D, you need to be using Alt-D for things like this. Yes, I will be. But that's why we've kind of got an array at the moment. Get a big chunker. Chunker. And then we'll Alt-D that puppy till its heart's desire. Come on. Let's go. Let me go File, Open. I just want to see if it'll actually open. Starfighter, Racetrack, Expect data loss. Go suck a lemon. Overwrite. Where's Blender 5.1? Your 5.1? Your Blender 5.1. Get out. Be gone, evil door. Woo! Sorry. Oh. Oh. Screw you, Blender 5.1. Oh, just that little bit of real estate is bugging me. Anyway. So we've got that. We've got that. Yeah, they're separate items, so you can't do Alt-D. Blender 4.3 is always my go. You know what? I just really, really like the environment lighting. I reckon that is sick. Okay, so with this, where's that? That's there. I wonder if I go now, array, edit. Can we go generate? Legacy array. Fit curve, and I want that curve. I want that one. There's only one curve. Oh gosh. I did a boo-boo. Oh no, it's fine. 1, 0. And then we went generate, no, deform, curve. B. It's okay. I think it was Y. Bizarre. Someone just joined. Who's that? Mazuka. Welcome to the stream. What the heck? You know what? Let's just throw a mirror modifier on and just see what happens. Mirror. I'm sorry, Blender. Mirror the racetrack, please. Huge Walson. Hey. I wrote hard ops. CG boundary. Master Xeon created hard ops. Master Xeon here. Curve. Why are you not mirroring this thing? Maybe if we brought the mirror up higher. Higher. There we go. All right, sweet. Chicha, welcome to the stream. So, just mucking around at the moment, just playing with ideas. Oh, he wasn't the coder. Okay. Well, there you go. I'm going to click this. I'm going to click this. And then we're going to go copy to selected. Copy to selected. Let that go crazy. And then we'll come down into the array. Copy to selected. Just kind of like, we're just playing around with that idea. That actually kind of looks sick. That looks pretty sick. Let's go. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to press hide on the top layer. Tab into the first one. But what I'm going to do is actually just hide all the array modifiers. Just so we're not dealing with... Oh, whoops. Sorry. Just turning these off, just so we can kind of just focus on this one section. Let's go, I'm going to hide that array as well there. And then from here, let's go GZ. Oh, yeah, I can't do that. Ah, ploppers. Do we apply this array? I know. Let's do a Shift D to duplicate, move, new collection, and this is going to go straight into my junk. And the junk we disable so we don't render. And then that way when we come into here, I can press Control A to apply that there. GZ. That'll bring that up. So now if I unhide this one, just want to make sure, yeah, it's not even sitting on there. That's great. So we're going to move this all the way up there. How is that looking now? Doesn't peek through. So now when we start re-enabling some of these, we'll get kind of like a little bit more of a grander view. Are you going to add areas for the stairs? Yes, I am. So I'm just kind of like doing blocks of 50 at the moment. And we'll apply it in a sec. And then when we go into rendered view, that looks pretty cool. All right, we're getting there. So I think we could probably, okay, that's going through. So I think we could probably now, let's disable all this. Disable, and disable. User disable. Weird. Turn that off. Okay. Turn that one off. So now what I'm going to do is let's go Shift D on that one. Move to junk. So I've got a copy. Let's go Control A on that one. It's really weird. Why is that not in line? Oh, that's why. And then we can do something like that. Awesome. I would honestly create the seats, stairs, and hallways intersections, and then repeat, which is what you've beaten me to it. So we're going to grab both of these, Control J. From here, we've got our 50, for instance. Control, this one here is now Control A. So we've got, actually, let's just undo that for a sec. Oh, ploppers. Oh, actually, no, it's fine. Actually, can I go remove distance? Nah, that's annoying. Can I increase the merge distance? Sweet. Did I break a whole bunch of stuff? I sure did. That's infuriating. Actually, merge by distance. 0.005. Awesome. That fixes those problems. Did that join these ones? Yes, it did. All right. All right, we're kicking with goals. Crud. Hang on. One thing is all these here, these faces. So as soon as we apply the modifier, that's going to suck. Whatevs. So let's do that. And then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to Control L on that. Control L on that. Also, these guys probably aren't going to feel very safe, are they? So let's go into a new vertex group, and this is called Stadium. We'll assign that. This here, gosh, I'm going to do this. Actually, maybe what we'll do is select the stadium, hide. And then we'll come through and select all the seats. So I'm just trying to separate everything so that when it comes time to like bulk selecting things, it's going to be very easy to do that. Bear with me. Control L, make sure I haven't stuffed anything up yet. Nope. Great. That's great. Control L. And then let's do up the top. Bum, bum, bum. Make sure you UV unwrap before applying. Yes. So with these, I was just thinking of more just having a simple color. Oops. Because like I've said, We've got to work out a way to fill the stands, and I've got a feeling that's probably just going to be a whole bunch of photos. Because to have like a low poly characters, I think will, even with my computer, will destroy it. So let's go assign, and this is going to be seats. Hide. What? What? Oh. And then, oops. All right, I missed a few. Yo. Wait a minute. I stuffed up, didn't I? Yeah, I did. You. Can we just go in solid mode, dude? Oh, much easier. Did I grab everything? Yeah. And then grab this one here. Control L. Assign. Hide. Select all. New. And this is going to be under seat. Assign. Video on channels, I have a lot to learn with your video. Tell the creator, thanks for sharing them. Cheetah camo. What? Thank you. From here, let's go Alt H. I want to keep the stadium. So let's go select all our stadium. Far out. Select our stadium, invert, hide. And then this will give us some space. And just like in the Botaniq boards, you never give jury space. E to extrude 0.1. Let's go E to extrude by 1. I think 1 meter is enough. E to extrude 0.1. We might just put a loop in there. E to extrude Z. E to extrude like that, and then just going to close that off like this. Why? Because we can. Yes. And that's now given us that. Yes. How cool does that look? So, Control S to save. From here, what we can do is I'm going to go Shift D, move that now into my junk as well. And then this becomes our primary. Now we've got 50 seats. We can go into apply this array modifier, which is good. Then I can now grab this edge, E to extrude along the y-axis by 1. But they need entries to get in. Oh, floppers. So that means I got to delete some chairs. Crud. Procedural crowds out on my want to fill. Yeah, maybe. That's actually a good point. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if we could get away with just putting a whole bunch of cylinders in there. Because you have to remember these cars are like, and that motion blur is going to be pretty crazy. I mean, in the Phantom Menace during the pod racer scene, all the people in the crowd, they were cotton buds for ears. Okay, so if I were to bring that back. Now, we've got our gap, beautiful. But the thing that we don't have is those entry points into this to like get to your seating. Hang on, oh, there it is. Oh gosh, actually. That's probably a little bit too high. So let's go, I'm just going to bring this down. GZ 0.25. I think that might be a bit better. Yeah, just to blur the hell out of the crowd. Good thinking, Batman. See? Use the brain. But in saying that, using the brain, I need to, put in like tunnels. So how can we bypass tunnels? I think that if we were to go here. What? Merge by distance. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. That there. GZ 2.5. So that is a meter. Does it need to be a meter or can it be bigger? Oh, I know why that doesn't make any sense. GX 2 meters. All the way back, because now this place is for somebody to walk through. Idiot. So that means now we can grab kind of like this whole section. And we've got E to extrude. And we're not really going to be seeing any of this. Let's go E to extrude, GZ. And then if we delete these, for instance, then when this all comes back, we have those tunnels. This is where we can decorate, blah, blah, blah. Wouldn't it just been easy to use an image texture? Shut up. You're probably right. Oh, darn it. I would probably say yes. Let's keep going with this. Gosh, dang it. All right. Miss Roboto, you're right. Oh my goodness, this looks sick. But I mean, this does look pretty sick, though. What? Where's my mirror? Oh. Easier, but it's not as much fun. Exactly. And the argument that I get to have with myself. Obviously, we've got to build this fence up a bit. But I mean, what the? Oh, hang on. Let me just select the camera. Camera can look at 5,000. F12, just for funsies. Am I in GPU? Please tell me I'm in GPU. Yeah. Come on. It's not that hard. Oh. Use GPU. What are you doing? OptiX. There we go. F12. Does look good though. I know. I know. Okay, let's just try it. Besides, it will be an image texture. Yeah. And this is going to be the big challenge for me, is creating all like the signs and all that kind of stuff that goes through there. That looks pretty epic. What it does need though is some sort of roof. And obviously we're only going to be using like parts of this stadium. So for instance, we're not going to do a full stadium around it. That looks stupid. We will have sections where it's stadium, but then it will open up and we'll probably place various stadiums here and there and so on and so forth. That does look sick though. Okay, let's come back into here. We're going to unhide all this stuff. And we're going to come back to focusing on this. Okay, so from here, from here, go in solid mode, please. Let's go E to extrude 1.5 Z. So we've got like this 2.5 meter wall. Now what can we do? Shift S, cursor selected. We could do some pretty crazy things. Like what, Marco? No idea. Don't forget the top deck needs a back. Yes. Oh, yeah, it needs access. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Let's do that first. That is going to be very straightforward. GYX2 to the minus. We'll do exactly what we did. Nope. Do we? No. Yeah. What are you doing, Marco? Well, I don't know. What number is that? Z 9.7? That's about right. Let's grab... Actually, yeah. Let's go GG. GZ 2.5. GZ 0.5. And we'll grab all this here. E to extrude. E to extrude. You know what? This way. We're going to do it like this. That. Delete faces. Delete faces. Delete faces. Delete faces. And then this and this can go here. So we kind of have this. All right, what does that look like? Nice, great, perfect. It's going to look good once we repeat it out. Floodlights, oh yes, it is coming. What I'm trying to work out now is what should this actually? I'm just going to jump over to Midjourney and just see what comes up. Midjourney, stadium, because we're after a stadium, and it's kind of like so. This is kind of what I'm thinking that kind of like comes over the top, and then that's where those like floodlights are coming through. VIP box. Oh, don't. Shut up. VIP box. You raise a good point. Let's do Shift E, GZ, F. VIP box is a future problem. Any thoughts on DLS? I haven't used it. You know what? When I saw all the stuff on NVIDIA's site, it looks good. There was only the one Harry Potter one where it looked kind of rubbish. And you're like, I want to be showing that off. There was only the one where I really went, yeah, this sucks. But overall, I don't see what the big problem is. Like, what is the big problem about DLSS 5? Am I missing something? I don't know, Shaggy. I would think the safety net is invisible force. That is something that I was thinking about. All right, let's go something along these lines. And then I'm going to go Shift D. Move them off. Here, here, here. Delete faces. Then I can select this. E. 0.25. Something like that. Okay. People seem furious since it changed that. Oh. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still. Yeah, don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Whoops. Shift DZ F. Now what we're going to do is we're going to split this up a bit. I'm trying to think how I'm going to do this, because we want triangles. So if I do that, let's get rid of these. Delete faces. And then we did a whole bunch of these. You. Ah, okay. That's great. Let's do it like that. Ah, okay. Yeah. Here to here. J. GG. 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 There we go. So I'm just trying to work out what is this going to look like. So I've got that, okay? Let's select this. I'm going to do I to do an inset. Delete faces. Come here. Control L. Let's go GZ. Pull it down. Let's just pull it back a little bit. And then E to extrude. Awesome. Control L. Shift D, Y. About there, what's that? 5.2, Shift D, GY 5.2, Shift D, Y 5.2, GY 5.2, Shift D, Y 5.2 to the minus, Shift D, Y 10.4. Okay. Then what we could do. Also, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Consider subscribing. That'd be great. Let's do a Shift D. I'm going to rotate Z 180. Scale Y -1. Oh, there we go. Gameplay is completely separate though. Yeah, it needs to work the issues. Yeah, let me come back to this. Stephen Scott is here. Alright, fellas. Stephen Scott Studio 53. Nice. DLS5 generative AI basically adds stuff that's not there. Old people look super old. Yes. And like I said, the only bad one that I saw was Harry Potter. Whether it'll always be stylized and realistic. Yeah. Nearly at 100k. Can't wait. Hopefully I hit it soon. This is only still the first version. Yep, completely agree. Hallucinates characters, noise, because thought the shadow of the nose. Yep. Gameplay means that more. Gameplay means more. Yeah. Like I've been playing Kingdom Deliverance. That's a great game. Amazing. Maybe a slider you can choose. Yeah, that'll be interesting. There'll be a slider you can choose on how much DLSS5. But I mean, at the end of the day, I still think it's going to be a choice. It's mediocre rather than best. Which one there? Yeah. It needs work. So I think it'll come to a point as well where it's going to be like hardware versus, yeah, how much power you have in a way. I don't want fake AI visuals. End off. Harley, welcome to the stream. UE5's mysterious software, always random problems. And this is my problem, is like Unreal Engine, amazing. Love the blueprint system, it's great, but to make a 2D game is just so much. Actually, I'm just going to go, hang on, let's just do a Shift D, move to junk, Control J. Let's have a look what this looks like. Yeah, it's just such a massive game. Unreal Engine 5 is overdone. I think so. Oh. Whoa. I mean, that does look sick. Whoa. What's 38 million? Oh. 38 million is a lot of vertices. Let's bring that back, shall we? The only devs I can recall off the top of my head that actually used Unreal Engine 5. Satisfactory is Unreal Engine 5 as well. You know, I can help you render this free. What's the engine cycles? Yeah, this is all cycles. Yeah. But I don't know if I'm going to have to pull this out into Unreal Engine. So that's why pretty much I've textured everything. Instancing? Yes. Yeah, there will be instancing. Don't you worry. This, though, we could probably still do a little bit more in here. I just want to go back to that mid-journey. Wow, I got a lot of tabs open. What does... I need like a roof or something. NASCAR. They don't have roofs. They sit in the sun. Okay, maybe not. Stadium, racing. This is all Sydney. I don't want Sydney. Oh, does everyone just sit outside? Like I've said with camping, the only stars I sleep under are 5 stars. Yeah, so this is kind of like a cloth one, which is pretty cool. So maybe that's the case here, is if we can randomize like cloth, that'd be cool. Oh, jeez, hang on. I'm just going to shorts chat. Nobody talks in shorts. Can you scroll down? Oh, far out, stupid shorts. Okay, let me just in case somebody does chat. Oh, can I do 3 screens? 1. Twitch is in the middle. And then my main chat, which is somewhere. Yeah? Nope. Where's my main chat? This one? There we go. All right. I can don't do it easy. Send me DM when you're finished. Yeah, Arc Raiders just runs so good. The front edge of the roof is going to block the view of the cheap seats. The front... no. You see, it's... no. Plenty of space. And if anything, screw the guys that are in the cheap seats. They should be spending money. Have you seen what peeps have been doing with the ray trace glass node cycles recreating anime stuff? I've never been an anime person, so geometry nodes. Shut up, Chris. I know. I probably should learn geometry nodes. I actually got a point there, Chris. But yes, marathon assets. Where are the other comments coming from? On YouTube, Julian. Day 3 with no coffee. I lost hearing in my right eye. Let me take that. I still like what generation is Forrest Gump? Gen A. That's a good one. I know, learn geometry nodes. I know. It's been too long now. Yeah, I know. All right. Okay. Come on, let's focus. Let's go. New materials. Let's go. Seats. Seats are going to be a blue color. Perfect. Great. Roughness up. We are going to go let's go matte_stadium. That is going to be our concrete material, which is this one here. So let's just quickly grab that, make it local. Let's get rid of the normals. Don't need normals, don't need displace, don't need that. Just roughness. Oh my goodness. All right, what else? And then we'll come back into here. Stadium, delete, Control V. Let's select all that. U, cubic projection. I don't care too much. UV editing. Something like that. Actually, now we need to select this and this. Control L. They will become our stadium. I feel like this... we can probably make all this concrete. Control L. And I'll just make that concrete for now. Control S to save. What does that look like now? Oh, my goodness. Oh, yes. Array. Can I do... I can't, can I? Add modify, generate array. Let's just see. Does this have instancing? Realize instance. Oh. Oh, hello. Curve. NURBS curve. I love it. Just disappears over there. Uh-oh. Sorry, computer. Not 57. Jack, welcome to the stream. It's been too long. I know it's been too long. Are we done? Just go 20. Not 50. Ah, ugh. Distance. Okay, hang on. Says it's doing instancing. I probably should have saved this first. Oh my goodness. Remesh can help in Unreal, less polygons. Yeah, and I mean, we do have nanite in there as well. I don't even know if I'm moving anymore. Let's just say yes, I am. Give it a sec. I pushed the wrong button. Sweet. Blender 5. There we go. Let's get back into it. Maybe, yeah. Did you see my WH? WH? What? Ah, crud. Did you see my question? Jack, where are you? Did you, oops, mention regarding the model that you shared? I don't know what you're referring to off the top of my head. I would need to go back and have a squiz. Oops. Okay. All right. So, Control S. Just for now, let's just go generate array. Oh, freaking Blender. Always a problem. Always a problem. Whatevs. Just on the YouTube comments. Okay. Chuck Norris actually died in 1996. It just took 30 years for death to build up the courage to tell him. Some of the ones that I like. Sorry, Jack. Can you just send me a message? I can't remember what it was. I got to go find it. Some of my favorite Chuck Norris ones are The Boogeyman Checks Under His Bed for Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris drove his dad home after he got delivered. Chuck Norris doesn't get wet. Water gets Chuck Norris. Jeez, I can't remember the other ones now. It's been a while. All right, anyway, let's have a look at this. That is, I mean, all right, hang on. Let's just put on mirror modifier. Mirror modifier. Come on. Oh. I mean, oops. Whoop, 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 whoop. And see, the idea as well is, if you're up here, you're like, wow. Everybody knows that Chuck Norris doesn't sleep. He waits. Not because he's afraid of the dark, because the dark is afraid of him. I basically ask if you're going to let people design. Okay. So now that we've got a lot of people here, yes, I will be. So if I open up Blender 5.1, let me just explain what I have done with the car. So I'm going to go in solid mode. The answer is yes. I will be doing that. Textured. So some of you might have seen the short. If you haven't, you're probably not subscribed. Please subscribe. If we have a look at this, and we did a quick example. So the decal texture here, you can see I've built a texture for the decal. What that is, if I open up Krita and we bring back like these layers, you can see how I've UV unwrapped the car. And so if that means from here, if I were to go red, there we go, like that. And then maybe we do another line over here that goes that way and then goes this way. Now if I go File, Export to that, Save, yes, shut up. We come into this one. File, Open Recent, Textured. Now if we come over into this, you'll see we've got those red lines. So I've UV unwrapped the whole thing. Shot of moving along the seats of the car. Yeah, it would be so cool. And that's why I've kind of like had the stadium idea. It's currently grey. Oh, I stuffed up. Because I've got to turn this off. There we go. Now let's go File, Export. That, yes. Shut up. Okay. File, Open Recent, Textured. Lovely. Then we come into this. There's our brown color. There's our red lines. I can then come in as well and change the color ramp. Where's my color ramp? Wait a minute. Let me find my color ramp. No, I gotta go into shading. And then with that, we can come in. I can select not the decal. I can select my main body, for instance. Click on this here, and then we can change it to whatever color we want. So that's how I've kind of like designed the car so that we can very quickly change all the colors on everything. Let me just hide that so that we can go into blue mode. And change this to blue. Change that one to blue. Now we bring our decal layer back on, and there we go. So now this is kind of like the idea. Is then I'll provide this car probably to the Patreon people first, see how many people actually get involved in designing their own layout, their own like race car brand, and then if there's not enough people, we'll put it out on the main people, the Gumroad, and everyone can go nuts. But that's kind of like the idea. You've done the awkward bit for us. Yeah, this is because I've done it like this is because now I know that the car is always going to be the same. The texture is always going to be the same. And so now I'm just applying just this color. I think though I need to add in like a section that goes, what color do you want the car to be underneath, the main color? But yeah, so that's kind of like what I've done there. And that's, I don't know if Spooky's still around. This is why I wanted to ask. Is Blender crashing common occurrence? Yes. I've been recently interested in 3D modeling. Wasn't really want to learn more about how it's done. Yeah, bits and pieces. Dimitri, sorry. Hey, good luck. Are you streaming via OBS? No, Streamlabs. All right. Okay. So I kind of want to show you that thinking where I've done all the work on top of it. And then, yeah, you slap everything over the top. Like I textured the whole car in Substance Painter. The other really important thing about this now is if I want to take it over to Unreal Engine, I can take it over into Unreal Engine, because the only real thing on the mesh is I do have a bit of a color ramp, but I'm pretty sure I should be able to change that, because the normal color ramp, it's actually just a white texture and there's just a few graphics well, like a little bit baked in ambient occlusion around some of the stuff. So that's why I've kind of like designed it how I've designed it. Save in Blender 3 mins. Oh. So if we were to, for instance, just try this out. I'm not going to do it now, but actually we'll go down to 64.04, so it renders super fast. If we were to go Control Alt like this, this here, follow path, NURBS curve. The NURBS curve needs to be, I'm going to probably say, let's go 500 frames long. Where's the car? Car? Car. Makula? Ah, whoops. Animate path. Follow curve. Oh my goodness, can you just follow curve? I think the car's probably going to be backwards now. Are you all right? Wow, Blender's actually struggling. I think it's the stadium. Oh, that sucks. Okay, where's the car? Where is it? Where's the car? Hello? Okay. Rotate YY. Ah, that's right. Let's go GY. GZ. GZ, for instance. Where's the car? Where is it? I'm just going to fix up this stadium just so it's not so long. Array, NURBS curve. Let's just change that to distance. Fixed count. 10, for instance. Nope. Can I go GY? Oh my goodness. Can you not? Sorry. GY. Okay, go the other way. We'll go 15. Just for instance, we'll just use that. Come on, where's the car? Am I blind? There it is. So let's just move over a little bit to the camera. Just because I want to be in the stadium. And then we will do 150 mil. I'm going to do I to do an inset. Do something like this. I. There. I. Did you crash? No. Alright, so if we were to do that, and I just did an F12, let's just have a look. Gilwen Roy, welcome to the stream. Good, popping along. Way, Markham Color, me impressed. I'm glad. Can't you render them separately? Render the race out, then render the stadium out using racing camera. Yeah, probably could. What the heck? What's wrong with these seats? I got some weird looking seats in a few spots. Why do I have some weird seats? Whatevs. One thing I forgot to do is just enable motion blur, F12. Bah. Let's go tab into edit mode real quick. Oops, I'm going to grab this one here. Scale X 1.25. Just so that it covers straight into the ground as well. Do you have a channel intro video that tells a story about your channel and how you got in 3D modeling? Oh gosh, no, I do. Oh, do I? I know I've told the story quite a few times on the on stream. Yeah, shut up. I know I've told it quite a few times on stream, but I don't know if it's been recent. So pretty much what got me into 3D has been what got me into 3D was the Phantom Menace episode 1. There's a specific shot of the pod races going through the canyon, and I went, I want to know how to do that, and so I did. And then just learned everything from scratch. I did buy some tutorials from CG Cookie back in the day. Because CG Cookie's awesome. Not affiliated in any way. Actually, well, through Blender Market and such, but that's about it. Hey, Mark, and good luck. Oh, no, nothing. Can I... CG boundaries disappeared. But yeah, and so I kind of like learnt that, and then that's where I wanted to get to go from, I guess. Started doing animations and such. So I'm just gonna add in viewports. I want composition guides. I want center, and we're gonna aim at that there. Rotate, rotate. There. Rotate, rotate. Rotate, rotate. Nice. And then technically if I'm here-ish, we should be good. If I do an F12, hopefully it won't be too blurry. I think it will be though. But that does look pretty cool. We don't have a lot of details on the ground though, so that sucks. So I think that's where we could probably come into here, tab into edit mode, and we're going to go Control B. Here and here, Control B to do another bevel. And then I'm going to go ahead and create a new material, matte underscore white. We will bring, oops, make that like a bit of an off. Oh, actually, you know what? Make it maybe a yellow, like a hazard color. Roughness all the way up. Make sure we click assign so that now when we press F12, we should be good. Yeah, I'm glad Guy won. There we go. So now we've got those yellow lines, which is sick. Then what I'm going to do is probably come into compositing. What the heck? Why'd you swap them around? Ah, am I in Blender 5? I'm in Blender 5. Something's gone weird. Then we're going to go into lens distortion. This is the thing that I love doing. 0.1. Let's go 0.05. We'll go fit dispersion 0.2. Too much. 0.2. 0.05. There we go. So now we've kind of got that. I do want to come back into here. What if we change the lens from 100, let's go 100 mil and f12. What does that look like? Now it kind of will look like it as if it's testing. I reckon once we start adding in like banners and such through here, I think that's when it's going to look like schmick. This can make a cool shoot if you add camera shake. Absolutely. I'm not going to render it now because it's going to take a bit. But I reckon I'll probably render this out. Just so we can see it. Because the way I would be doing it is, let's go step back a little bit. Rotate. Let's go there. And so we're going to have this camera shake. And we are aiming for that point there. Whoops. Like here-ish. And then obviously... let's aim for that there. Wow. And so this is where we need to kind of end the stadium a bit. Oops. And also once more cars have been added, I think that's when it'll look a lot schmicker as well. Like one thing we don't have is... where is it? There it is. One thing we don't have is kind of like flat areas for the cars to be in. So if we were to, for instance, now, I'm just going to bring this down to like 50. All right. And then we're going to go there, here-ish, because it's coming around the corner. Let's go into solid mode. Control S to save. And we'll do frame 210. Control S to save. Now if we go file, render, no, we go view, render viewport preview. View, render port. What the heck is this? Render play blast. Alright, well, we'll see. So obviously I'm not going to render it. Oh, I've stuffed something up. Have I though? Maybe I haven't. Maybe the seats need more space. My computer would probably have its last legs in a scene like this. Hey, Markham 2D AI can do better. Thank you, Jasper. No worries. Good luck to yourself with that one. All right, so there I got to fix up that camera movement. One thing is you're going to see that the car is going to be very jittery, and I can see it already in this Bezier curve because I haven't given the Bezier curve enough geometry, even though it's a curve. So we'll give it a sec. I just want to render this out in preview mode. Yeah, there we go. Already answered that question. Da 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 na 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 na. Come on. Almost. All right, let me just quickly give this. I just want to select the NURBS curve. Bam, bring that up to 64. 64. Now if I go into render, view animation, and you'll see it's going to be jittery as anything, but that's okay. And this is obviously where, you know, like we haven't added anything to that bit there's a bit shocking. Let's just fix up the camera. I think we could probably get rid of these keyframes here. And down here in the middle, what does that look like here? Through there. Through there. Here. I think I've just left some big gaps. That looks great. That looks great. So let's do one more. Viewport, render, play blast. Whoa, it's all coming to life together. I know, right? No, 3 minutes late. I'll do better. It's all right. I'll forgive you. I'm probably going to try and continue this on tomorrow night as well. I just got to work out what to do with the stadiums. I think I might just have to harden up and work something out with geometry nodes. Are you a content creator full-time, or do you have a main job? I have a main job. This is not my full-time gig. I would have to make... For this to be my full-time gig, I would have to make like 20x. Maybe also time warping, so it slows down to slow-mo shot as it's close to the camera and then speeds up. I've never been able to really get that looking nice. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, no, going back, no, I'm far from this being content. This is more of a nice hobby where, there are some perks, I'm not going to lie. But this is something I really just enjoy doing. I like live streaming. I still like creating videos, even though tutorials, I don't know what the heck to make. But the last animated short film has kind of reinvigorated me to do better. So, yeah. So that's why now it's kind of right. We made that car. That car looked sick. And so I kind of want to now build something. Obviously, there's no tilt or anything. It seems flat. I know it's flat. Like the car's not rotating, it's not moving. Let's try something. Okay, I'm going to try two things. I think this turn here is it's too flat. So let's just do something like super silly. Like the guy who created SimCity. He's like, really, if you're going to change something, really change something. It's twisted the whole stadium. Okay, the whole stadium's bended. Poop. Ah, crud. If I move this, it's going to stuff everything up. What else? Yeah, you can see it's already stuffed it up. So it can't do that. It's too much. So let's go stop 60, 70. All right, well, there goes that idea. Just without having to redo everything, I'm going to grab this, Shift D. Actually, what we might do is I'm actually going to animate this one So he's at the back, and then towards the end, he's maybe surpassing it, like here. So he's going to have kind of like this overtaking, and then this car here will go I at about here. It's going to come behind, and then about frame 200, it's going to come out wide again, but it's going to slow down a little bit. Then this one's going to come out here, and then it'll be here-ish. I. All right, let's do it one more time. One more time. Okay, then we're done. One more time. Ploppers. Oh, whatever. It's got square brackets. Maybe the time will. You just spilled the drinks of 40k people. Yeah. Make it like Term 1, the Brazilian F1 GP. Yeah, the biggest problem is going to be like slowing the cars down and all that. That sucks. Saw one do it Blender. They stretched the model. Right. Okay, I see what you're saying. The sound very interesting. It definitely, yep. Better luck than me. So I wonder, because there's things as well where you can kind of you can have the camera like sitting there, and then once the car comes into frame, you put the camera on it, zoom in, and then you kind of like, as the car comes past, that's when you zoom back out, and you have like the greater view. All right. Well, you can see that this stadium is a bit weird. Let's have a look. Render, view animation. The car looks cool. F12. What does that look like? Chris Bailey films. Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's a cool guy. I haven't met him in person yet. One day I will. That looks sick. Oh my goodness, that looks so sick. It's a little bit low. Okay, let's go here. Oops. That's better. That's better. Control S to save, render animation. Let's just have a quick look, Rooney. Comments here. The droplet change in the engines as they pass. Yeah. How sick would that sound? What? Why? Hang on. Stop. Why are you in the ground? Here. It's because I didn't press I, that's why. Then we will quickly, I'm just going to, you know what? Let's go 16 samples. Let's just go F12. Also what we'll do is 50%. So really, let's see how quick we can smash through a render of this. Render animation. So it's at 50%. Samples is at 16. 24 frames a second? No. 30. Always 30. Render animation. All right, let's see. How long is this going to take? Marco, stop. Focus, come on. Okay. Let's go into persistent data. GPU. Where's my persistent data? Did they move it again? That's great. 3, 1, 1, 2. transparent to, transparent to. Let's go. Where's persistent data? There it is. All right, let's see how quick we can render this now. Render animation. 4 seconds a frame. Just doing a dance, song and dance routine. I mean, if you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe to all that stuff. While that's going, let's have a look at Rooney. Let's see. Oh, click on that. 4 seconds a frame. It's going to take it forever. I'm intrigued. How many subscribers have we got? 842. If you haven't already, subscribe. I'm going to keep saying it. Going to keep saying it. It'd be great to get like 850. So close. Oh, I'm really impressed by your skill, and I really like your videos deserve way more views. Yeah, I know. Do you have any thoughts on how 3D modeling and animation could be made more popular to try as a hobby? I mean, just like with anything, it's if you know what you want to make, then it's great. It's good. Why did the Botaniq go to hospital? Because she sprained her ankle. Oh, sprained her ankle. Idiot. Yeah, I approve. It's kind of like with 3D printing. You know, why do you want to get into 3D printing if you've got nothing to 3D print? So. No, it's going to look like rubbish. All right, I'm going to call it a night. Stick around. We're going to go over to Gaming in the Can. And I'll join you over there because the boys are playing. Oh, hang on. How could it look? Whoops. What does that say? How can it be made more popular? Low RAM price always could be more popular. Yeah. Anyway, we'll continue this on. I think I might do this tomorrow night as well. We'll continue on. So, like and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow. Stick around. We're going to Gaming in the Can. Love this.